it's MK, and I am back with another round of my weekly roundup. Not weekly roundup. It is me just prepping for the week of the 30 days of sketches with Christy. And so I have about I have 8 layouts right here that I need to prep for and get going. So I also have already kind of sort of pre-prepped, because on Friday is the product focus day, so I've already got my product pulled for that one. I just didn't want to forget that that's what that was. And then I have also my thumbnail Thursdays and my wood grain Wednesdays. So I do have a little bit of guidance on some, what is it called? Like on some of the layouts, but the other layouts are kind of whatever the sketch is, that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay, so my first one is just these 2 pictures right here. And I'm going to go and turn you guys on and fast forward, and I will show you guys how I rummage through all of my bins. I have my wax paper right here. I have my alphas over there to my right, and then all of my other bins are to my left, and I have like all my tools and things like that. So yeah, let's get going. So I do have to tell you guys that I am working slightly backwards with the sketches. That way, when I put them in my little bin, I am able to work forwards in the order that these little sketches or these layouts will show up. So anywho, did I say sketches? I did. Anyways, so this is my grungy bin, and inside it is like all things gears, all things grunge, all, you know, just all things boy, basically, is what is inside this little bin. It's my favorite one in the entire world, and I love filling it up, and I love using it up. When it first happened, and I realized that I absolutely love these papers, I used to have a huge bin, you guys, probably about, I don't know, let's exaggerate and say it was 5 inches tall. Yes. And I just hoarded it after, you know, several things. And then I finally came up to the conclusion that I need to use it. So I made a not so mini album. And I used up all the things. My bin was empty, and I had to start from scratch, and it felt so good, you guys. I just couldn't believe how good it felt to use up all those things and then get more. And then I use it up, and then I get more and use it up. So anyways, on to layout number 2. This one is dino related, and I don't have a whole lot of dino things, but I do look outside of the box because oddly enough, like dinosaur paper and things aren't a thing. Isn't that weird? So, when I come across something dino, I stick it in here. When I come across something that's not so beach tropical, but feels dino, it goes in here as well. So at first I was going to go and do my usual, you know, my greens and my browns, and that's my dino thing. And I thought, you know what? I have this uber super cute little kidsy dinosaur paper that I haven't touched. Why not? I don't know. So I thought that I would bring it in. It is by Stampin' Up. And then that really bright green is also it's a cork piece. It's a colored cork. So it's cork on one side and then green on the other side. So now I am going to do, I'm still on my Multnomah Falls pictures as well. Again, I kind of space them out because they're one of my favorite things that I enjoy scrapbooking. And this was the very first time that we actually hiked the trail all the way to the top. And so I have, our whole adventure, every, 113 miles? No, 113 steps. Anyways, I can't remember how long it was. It was way up there. It took a whole day for us to get up there and then walk the trail back down. So, and of course we took a very long break at the top because, Gabe was 2, 4, 3, 4. I think he was 4. So anywho, I am going to be using the same stencil that I have used kind of sort of throughout my Multnomah Falls photos. And then I am just going through the other side of this layout, the companion page to this layout, which I guess they're all companion pages when they're all about the same subject. But it was a little on the blue side, so I thought that the other side would be kind of cool if it was a little on the peachy pink side. So, and all the words kind of just fell in place the more that I looked at the peachy pink ones. So, and I am still trying to weed through all of these kind One Canoe 2 little sticker sheets. They came from a sticker book, and I disassembled the sticker book and put the sheets where I felt like they belonged, because then I reach for them more. I did that with all of my embellishments, my papers, everything except for I do still have a few stacked, like paper stacks that are in a hole because they're new. I don't want to disassemble them until, I've kind of had a chance to work out with them and things like that. So this one here, I decided that I'm going to play with some strips, some scraps and strips of paper, because that's what the sketch kind of sort of calls for. There isn't a whole lot of material to the sketch that this one is going with. Plus, it's I believe this one's only going to be an 8.5 by 11. So here's the example that I was telling you about. My wolf pack is still new. I've used up all of the embellishments and things because the embellishments actually came in a kit with 1 or 2 of the wolf pack papers, but the other papers actually went in, that went with it weren't part of the wolf pack stuff. But I still have my stars and my wood grain and all that stuff in that paper stack because of the fact that it is still new. Now here's one that oddly enough, I told you guys that I had the paper picked out for this, for my Product Focus Friday. And I forgot, even though it's right there. So I'm going to do all of this. I'm going to pick out all of these papers. I'm going to go through all of my scraps and all of the good things. Excuse me if you guys can hear the water in the background. My husband bought me an ice maker for my craft room. Where's the microwave next? So he got me an ice maker so that way I didn't wake up the kids at uber early in the morning trying to get ice. And it does this weird water, like a waterfall noise. Anyways, back to what I'm doing. So yeah, I am going through and trying to, I go through all of this and try and pick out all of these papers and things to go with these photos, not realizing that these are the photos that I picked out for my product focus. And the product is right underneath. So yeah, it is a lot of work and I absolutely love what I'm picking out. And then I have to stop. But I think it's hilarious because this is exactly what I do every time. I can have something 2 inches from me and I will still forget that I pulled it out for that. But I'm still always uber happy with how everything looks. So now this is my happy bin. Actually, the bin that I just put away was my camping bin. It kind of looks relatively similar to my happy bin, but my happy bin has more of the tropical flowers and the the more of the lush parts of nature rather than the grungy parts of nature. I know it's a very fine line. Oh, here's where I realized that product focus. Go me. But yeah, I definitely have a fine line difference between my happy bin and my outdoor bin. But in my brain, it makes sense on what I want in my happy bin. Now, I do still have to go through it. I feel like I've, some of the things in there should be in my fanfare bin. So I will be doing that soon. I don't know if you guys want me to record that or not, me cleaning out a bin. But it definitely won't be cleaned like empty. But I like to go through my bins every now and then and just freshen them up so that way I can get a feel for whether or not it is still in the right direction and I didn't just throw things in because I was lazy, because that happens too. So I just dumped out all of the embellishments that I have for my Heidi swap. I also have to remember that part of this Friday's product focus is washi tape as well. And so I will be going and getting my washi tape here in a few. I'm just trying to pick out some of the embellishments, but I don't want like all the purpley embellishments. So this is definitely a far cry from all of the other Multnomah Falls photos that I have done, but I think it's different, and I do like where it's going. Like I love the wood grain, and I love that very pinstripe, very fine striping, and then of course the floral is gorgeous. Oh, there's the washi. It's actually by Altenew. If you noticed, it's not opened. Nope. So here is, here's my water bin. It is a disaster. I have just thrown things on top because I have just been crafting like crazy, you guys. I can't tell you how much I am just so enjoying this hobby right now. I craft one thing after another. I leave piles on my desk until I start knocking them over, and then I take a few minutes to put them away. But I just want to craft. I don't want to put the things away. I don't want to, I don't want to knock them over either, but still. So I do have, I keep everything in baggies, in case you guys didn't notice. And I try to keep the collections together, and I use these large bags by Close to My Heart to do that. But then when the collection starts to dwindle down and there's not enough to keep the bag in, I add it into another collection that I think would go good with it. So it ends up being like a kit that I like didn't know I was making, because I only have 1 or 2 pieces of this paper and I only have 1 or 2 of this paper, but they kind of go together. So I'll put them in the same bag, so that way I can reuse a bag for something else, or put it in, my bag storage, because I have one of those too. I'm so weird. Everything at the bottom of my bins is brand new product. I reach for those, like that nautical paper pack right there I got for Christmas, but I reach for those when I feel like I'm kind of sort of at a stump with, or not a stump, but when I am stumped with using, the scraps and things like that. I look for what what would work with what I've already got. So I'll pull out some scraps here, and then I will try to bring in something different, just to try and freshen it up a little bit, because I feel like all my things, or all my layouts, start to look the same. So then, yes, I will start reaching into my brand new product. Sometimes I forget that I do when I go to use it. But the whole point of it being on the bottom is I want to reach for the old first. My embellishments for my water bin is starting to get on my nerves as well, because I feel like I haven't been to the aquarium in years, and I'm dying to go to the aquarium, but that's all the embellishments I have left is for aquariums. And it's like, oh, I miss going. I need to, please. So yeah, I just definitely am kind of getting a little frustrated. Like I don't have any embellishments that will work for what I want to use, but then I still want to be able to, to still use what I have. So anyways, I am pulling out just some random embellishments and things like that I think will work. I also pulled out this large punch, and that was my Thumbnail Thursday layout. And so I am definitely going to do a large pocket as well as a small page. So that will be fun. And here is for Wood Grain Wednesday. And I definitely wanted a chevron of some sort. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I wanted a chevron for sure. Absolutely for sure. And so I went back to that paper pack that I tried to use previously, and am now just pulling out a few of my embellishments and things like that. I went straight to my label bin, because when I know that I'm not going to have embellishments about horses, I have a stamp set. It's actually borrowed from a friend. That's why it's still in its plastic case. But when I don't know, or when I know for sure that I don't have embellishments, I always reach for my label bin or my color bin. This one just happens to be my label bin. I didn't go for my color bin because I knew that I didn't want it to be like all one color. So I just didn't. I feel like, it's about the Clydesdales, the Budweiser Clydesdales. And so I'm just like, yeah, this will work. That's fine. So, and here's the seals. I absolutely love seals, you guys. They have such great personality. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's awesome. And so I just really wanted, something bright and cheery instead of the dark and dreary like I do with the sharks, because that's the personality of a seal. Is it's bright and cheery and, just makes me smile. And so, not that the sharks don't make me smile, but they have a different mood and feel. And so I go with my darker little embellishments and papers when I do the sharks. or any of the other predatorial fish or anything like that. I'm not sure if you guys ever noticed, but that's what I do. Is it depends on the it depends on the animal on which papers I choose from my water bin. So I'm just flipping through this Beyond the Shore. I've had lots and lots of comments about that paper stack. It was just something I picked up at Joann's, you guys. I honestly don't know when. In fact, I almost didn't because I don't do purple. And I've been loving it, honestly. And so I was just looking for something different. There is a little red crab inside the paper that I picked out. And so I wasn't sure if I wanted to do the crab, but I definitely didn't want to do a monotone layout. And so when I picked this out, I was like, oh, you guys, I need something different. I need a little different, something. And so I brought in this coral paper and I thought, you know what, that is like a better blue to bring in. It's kind of like another tone on tone. And that's it. I am all done for this week. I can't wait to put these layouts together with you guys, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.